Dang.
They allowed you back, eh?
Not really.
What are you doing this weekend?
I'm 3/4 of the man I used to be. Behind the scenes. Yeah, try to get as much access as I can, try to get as close to the athletes as I can, try to tell the story that how they're feeling, what they're doing, how they're coping, warm-up area, ice barrels, injuries, fornication, all the vital. Get them at their weakest, get them at their strongest. I got to see the floor for about an hour. Floor is beautiful, nicest floor in the history of the CrossFit Games. The Jumbotron's amazing. The concessions are amazing. There's a giant bar just on one end of the venue that overlooks the whole arena. I'm sure that's going to be just nuts. Yeah, it feels like a nice hotel in there. All the stairs are nice. I mean, everything's nice to handle. You know what I mean? You're just like, wow, this is a nice place. It's hot here. Plenty of hotels, cheap hotels, which is nice, as opposed to Madison. Easier to fly to. Now all they have to do is throw the event and match the venue.
Yeah, I know.
I absolutely hate the Sledgehammer. What do you think of it? Sledgehammer event. I don't mind the flips, I don't mind the throws, but the Sledgehammer is just no good. First thoughts.
Now listen, I'm trying to not lose access.
We're going up 2 sections. What do you want to do?
Stairs. We're
Okay, stairs are right there.
Okay, so go
But you're going up 2 levels.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. I would have taken the elevator if you weren't filming. I ain't gonna look like a pussy.
This is nice.
Yeah, right? Yeah, good. Change the subject from the sledgehammer. It's going to be they're going to have a huge challenge of preserving the stimulus that they wanted to get from it, right? So they're looking for something that's going to be, I'm guessing, I'm making this up, but they're looking for something that's going to look cool, that's going to show functional fitness that everyone can relate to. The issue is that all of the athletes are going to try to cut it short and it might turn into something really weird. You know what I mean? So that's the only reason why I don't like it, because it's that measurable piece. How are you going to measure that? And so, but we are going to see some carnage. We are going to see blood and gore, and I wouldn't be surprised if someone goes unconscious. I mean, swinging that hammer is no joke. Hi. So when we saw them practicing, the bell gets close to their head, the bottom of the sledgehammer stick gets close to their junk.
Okay, I'll change the subject. What's Rebecca doing this weekend?
Whatever she wants.
I have been told that I can just basically have free reign over everything, so that's exciting and scary all at the same time.
Oh, guys, you ready? Look at this. Now that right there feels like a stadium. It feels like a battleground. That's unbelievable.
Workouts that I've said that I don't like or we criticize on my podcast, we end up liking. So many of them. We're like, this is stupid. That's why this time around with Chad, like, I'm convinced Chad's going to be wonderful. It's going to be the cut line, and we're going to see just crazy shit. So, but I've never liked the Sledgehammer events in the past. Ever, ever, ever. Hated them. Thought they were stupid. Except for the blood and gore.
You've been to every CrossFit Games venue, yeah?
Every event.
Every venue so far? Over the years? Not Aromas?
Whatever Barclays Center.
Okay, how does this compare to Madison, this stadium? What have you seen?
It's new. I mean that stadium in Madison is like you can have like rodeos and their cow shows or whatever, but it's bare bones. You know, they do the same kind of stuff here, but I mean, it felt like we were walking up a granite staircase or something to get here. So totally different feel. But we've barely been inside. Like I feel like there's a lot more to explore. So TBD a little bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you have been waiting for, our athletes are ready to come out. Please help me welcome them for heat number 1.
What is up, you sexy beasts? It is the eve of the 2024 CrossFit Games. It feels like Christmas, baby. I thought we'll quickly go through what we know so far. If you haven't been keeping up with all the announcements, all the events that have been announced, we'll go through it now just to give you up-to-date kind of information. It looks like we've got 11 events over the 4 days. So Thursday, 3 events. Friday, 3 events. Saturday, 3 events. And then on Sunday, only 2 events. So tomorrow morning at 7 a.m, kicking off with the run swim. It's a 4 mile run, which is like 6.7 kilometers, I believe. And I can't remember what the swim is. They may not have announced the swimming distance yet, but run swim, that's event number 1. Then, just today, they announced event number 2, and my goodness, it was looking good up until now, but I'm not a fan of this. So event number 2 is the 4-rounder, where they do the 50 sledgehammer swings, 14 sandbag tosses over a tire, and then 5 tire flips. Now, I like the sandbag tosses, I like the tire flips. I absolutely despise the sledgehammer swings. If you think about a sledgehammer, the purpose of a sledgehammer is to hit something really hard and to demolish it. With this movement, the sledgehammer swing, you're not going to see any real effort being put into these. It's going to be very much, the effort's going to go into how short can I keep the range of motion, how fast can I turn over the reps without getting no rep, and I think it's going to look ridiculous. I think it's going to make our athletes look ridiculous. So I'm all for trying out new things and introducing new movements, but I think this is a massive miss. I really hope I'm proven wrong, but I just can't see how these athletes are not going to look dumb swinging these sledgehammers. I actually had a look at some athletes try them today, and if it looks anything like what I saw them do in practice, it's going to be something to laugh at. But anyway, that's event number 2. Event number 3, we've got Amanda 45. Great workout, a return workout from the 2017 games. The top men were finishing around 8 minutes, the ladies around 9 minutes. And so I think I saw today on the Buttery Bros episode that Ricky bet Matt's time from 2017 by like 30 seconds. And I think Matt was just over 8 minutes. So not that much faster than a 2017 Matt. So I'm guessing we're probably going to see like low 7s for the men and maybe low 8s for the ladies on Amanda 45. Amanda 45 is 13, 11, 9, 5 of ring muscle ups and squat snatch. Those are our 3 events for day number 1. Then on Friday, event number 4, we've got that long chipper. It's a total of 100 deadlifts, 25 rope climbs, 100 cal for the men, 16 cals for the ladies on the ski erg, and then 100 GHDs. That's all the totals. I'll put the workout on the screen here so you can see it, but it's it's a long one. I like it. We don't know what event 5 is for day number 2 yet. And then event number 6, this is going to be such a great spectacle. I've already mentioned it. It was going to be the sprint event followed by the 1 mile run. Dave has actually decided to flip it around. He wants the 1 mile to be first so the athletes can give their absolute 100% effort and get some true 1 mile times. And then they'll have a 12-minute rest and go into the sprint. The sprint is basically 50-yard sprint followed by a 50-yard sandbag carry or bag carry, that star, 75-yard sprint, 75-yard carry, and finally a 100-yard sprint. And the way they're scoring this is actually a 1-scored event. So if you come second in the 1 mile run and you come second in the sprint, you got 4 points, and we'll see how that stacks up against the rest of the field. So it's just 1-scored event, not 2-scored events. So that is our Friday. On Saturday, we're kicking off with Chad 1000. Not much more to say there. 1,000 step overs. Actually, I will say this. I saw a setup at the gym where all the athletes train that was 3 boxes. One in the middle, which I think was 24 inches, and then 2 on the side, which were both 20 inches. And the athletes were stepping onto all 3 boxes, almost like up and down stairs. Up and over some stairs, back up and over some stairs. So it looks like the box they'll be using for the step-ups actually has a couple of levels. So you step onto the first box, the second box, down the third, and then to the ground. So that'll be interesting. I reckon you can probably add 20 to 30 minutes onto people's chat times for that setup. Then event 8 on Saturday is the clean ladder, the clean speed ladder, and they're doing a knockout version of this. So 30 athletes will start, the top 20 times will progress, and then the top 10 times will progress. So kind of like a three-stage knockout. So that'll be exciting. We do not know the event for Saturday night yet, and we don't know any of the events for Sunday. So there you go. Hope that brings you up to date. If you haven't been following along, I'm sure we'll get some more information tomorrow and the days after. But let me know down in the comments, what do you think of the workouts that have been released so far? Especially give me your thoughts on the Sledgehammer Guys, stay sexy, keep it rolling love, and hopefully I'll see you again over the weekend. Unlikely, but hopefully. Mwah.